May I come in, sir?
Please come. Yes.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Morning. Trilok,
Yes.
please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Very briefly introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Trilok Singh. I'm coming from Jodhpur, Rajasthan, and I have done my earlier schooling from Army Public School, Jodhpur, and then I have completed my graduation in mathematics from Kirodimal College. And this is my third attempt at UPSC. Sir.
Very nice, Trilok. You have taken political science and international relations.
Yes.
Tell me, as international relations, where are we heading? Is there a pathway clear to us that we are going into this direction? Your assessment, where are we heading?
Sir, the larger goal of India is to become Viksit Bharat by 2000.
I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about where the world is heading in terms of international relations.
Sir, I think the current geopolitical situation is very volatile with the wars going on in Russia, Ukraine, and also the Israel-Hamas conflict. And also, sir, we are seeing a rollout of deglobalization, sir. And with Mr. Trump's uncertain policies and his tariffs, I think the global trade will also be affected. But I think the larger minilateral groupings headed by India can...
Tell me, when he says reciprocal tariffs,
Yes.
Now, in case he carries out his idea of reciprocal tariff, do you think it will be the end of WTO?
Yes, sir. I think the carrying out of reciprocal tariffs will be very detrimental to the goal of free trade, which is...
What, you know the WTO rules, basic
Yes.
rules, right? Now, what basic rules a reciprocal arrangement of tariff can potentially violate?
So I think the first goal of WTO is to ensure free trade between the countries. And if a country is putting some tariffs, then the other country can also do it because it is written in WTO until it is done by coercion.
No, but there is a of course, this is the basic principle, but then the derogation is in respect of developing countries. You can do reciprocity amongst equals.
Yes.
But you can't do reciprocity amongst unequals.
Yes, sir.
I can understand if the Germans have tariff, the Americans can put tariff. Right?
Yes.
But if Bangladesh has tariff, the Americans cannot automatically put reciprocal tariff. There is something called special and differential treatment for developing countries.
Yes, sir. It will be violative of the WTO principle, and the US has been not following the WTO mechanism. Also, they are blocking the appointment of judges also. So I think WTO is currently at its weakest now.
Tell me, is there a difference or similarity between, in terms of foreign policy, because you've written again here, because when I hear people, they give the impression as if non-alignment was a different thing and strategic autonomy is a different thing. But are they really different, or they are identical under different name?
So the global realities in both the situations was very different. If we see in non-alignment, the world was bipolar at that time.
It's a nomenclature or a substance? In substance, to me, both appear to be the same. Because NAM also meant strategic autonomy, in fact.
Yes.
And strategic autonomy also means strategic autonomy. Isn't it?
Yes, the substance is the same, but currently we are following strategic autonomy as a means to...
No, but why we are saying strategic autonomy now and not NAM? While the meaning is the same, the substance is the same, right?
Yes.
The nomenclature is different.
Sir, I think due to the dismantling of the bipolar world, we used the word non-aligned earlier, but now we cannot use it according...
Is it multipolar now, in your understanding? Is the world already multipolar, or it was always multipolar?
Sir, currently we are seeing, we can say it is loosely bipolar, but in the coming 5 to 10 years, we can see multipolarity emerge.
Loosely bipolar.
Yes.
Why loosely bipolar?
Because economic strength is shifting from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and we have seen countries like India, Indonesia, they are growing economically also, but still it is a 5 to 10 years where we can see the strength building. Sir.
You have heard about this whole talk about, President Trump saying, "Oh, I love Putin and I love Xi and they are my friends." There were only few exceptions here and there. Yes. Now just imagine if there is some kind of a rapprochement between US, Russia and China. What implications would they have for India? Tell me, is it a possibility? Even remotely, even today there was an article where US says, I'm looking at a new understanding with China. If that happens, what do we do?
Sir, I think it is nearly impossible for US to approach with China. I think Mr. Trump is signaling towards managing the competition which exists between US and China.
That's good enough. You always manage.
But still, sir, I think his larger
Foreign
focus...
affairs, other than a strategic alliance in the sense, or treaty-based alliance, is nothing but management of relationships. Unless you're part of a treaty, like NATO, or earlier Warsaw Pact. If that treaty is missing, then it's management of relationship.
Sir, economically, they may have an understanding to have cooperation, but I think strategically, China will always be a rival for US.
Let it be, as long as they don't fight.
But still, sir, US will support India in Quad and also to counter in the Indo-Pacific.
Will that be a risk for us?
No, sir, I think it is good. Sir.
Okay.
Trilok,
Yes.
the subject is PSIR.
Yes.
There is a utilitarian saying that my right to stretch my arm stops where the other fellow's nose begins. Okay? Interpret in terms of our constitution.
Sir, I think it is about the right to freedom, liberty.
Okay.
I think where one person's liberty should not endanger the other's liberties.
So the other part is the duty.
Yes.
So where in constitution rights and duties? Can you tell me?
Sir, part 3 has the fundamental rights and part 4A contains the fundamental duties.
Okay. Your second preference is IPS.
Yes.
Okay. Now, adultery has been decriminalized, 377. You are aware?
Yes.
Good thing or bad thing?
Sir, I think earlier adultery had a gender bias in it because only the females were discriminated in it. So I think it was decriminalized for that.
No, it's the other way around. Only men were prosecuted.
Yes, sir. So women were discriminated in that. So.
Women were discriminated. Okay, if you say so. Then?
So I think, sir, it was right, but it is still a ground for divorce. So I think it was a right judgment, sir.
Right judgment. Okay. And what you have to say about the bulldozer justice that is happening in UP, even in Rajasthan it has started.
Sir, it is the violation of due process of justice, and the courts have also taken a note and they have said that the person who is been accused, he has to be intimidated and given a 15 days notice. So I think if the guidelines are followed, then we can stop this.
Supreme Court has issued guidelines.
Yes.
You are aware of the Supreme Court guidelines?
Sir, I am aware of this point only, not of the broader.
Okay. My last question. Jodhpur is famous for destination wedding.
Yes.
Is it a vulgar display of wealth or it helps the local economy or both?
Sir, I think the people who have enormous wealth, they are choosing Jodhpur as a destination wedding place. So it helps the economy in a lot of way because the local people get employment also, And the Jodhpur's tourism also gets a branding which would attract both domestic and foreign tourists.
Hello. Supreme Court also has passed some orders regarding decongesting the prisons recently. Are you aware of those?
Yes.
They passed some orders recently. What is it? Can you tell me?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact order.
But
But
the gist of it, or your understanding of it.
Yes, sir. Various committees have often noted that the prisons need to be decongested, and also the first-time offenders have to be kept separate.
What are the Supreme Court observations? Specifically, they have said something about remissions. You understand what is a remission? Or if you don't, then we can move on to next question.
Yes, sir. I'm not exactly aware.
Okay, let us leave it. Germany is heading for elections. Are you aware of it?
Yes.
What are the main issues in these elections, and what can be the implications for different parties winning those elections?
Sir, I'm not aware of the larger domestic issues, but I think that people would be also voting according to the Germany's role in NATO, how they are funding.
No, there is a party, AFD,
This is the far right.
far right party. What will be the implication of them coming to power? And what was the controversy when Mr. J.D. Vance, the US Vice President, went there and he spoke something about it? Are you aware of that?
Sir, if the far right party comes, I think they will have a stronger stance on anti-immigration also.
Okay.
And maybe Mr. J.D. Vance was also focusing on increasing Europe's funding in NATO also.
No, he made some comments. He berated some European countries about something which is related to far right of Germany. If you are aware, then we can go, otherwise we'll move on.
Sir, I think the theme of his largest speech was about how freedom has been suppressed in various European countries.
What is his argument? How the freedom has been suppressed in Europe? What does he say?
Sir, I can remember one example from UK where even praying in homes has been banned by UK near abortion clinics. So I think he was referring to the larger freedom of expression.
Okay, we'll move on. You are fond of tennis and
Yes, I was.
basketball.
Yes.
On which I should ask you a question. Choose the sport.
Tennis.
Tennis. There is some controversy in tennis going on presently.
Yes.
What is the controversy and what is your view about it?
Sir, it is about the use of a banned substance, clobestol, by the #1 player Yannick Sinner, and he has been handed a 3-month ban by the WADA,
Yeah,
anti-doping.
that is the factual position. Now, what is the controversy?
So the controversy is that earlier also players have been found using it, and they were handed longer ban periods. But due to the ranking of Yannick Sinner, he has been handed a very short ban for which he will be able to play the coming Grand Slams.
But do you think that is the official reason they have given, that this due to his ranking? That is one interpretation. Do you think it is because he is a #1 player, that is why he has been preferably treated?
Yes, sir. The WADA has preferably treated him. Sir.
Okay, thank you.
Trilok.
Yes.
Meaning of your name, Trilok?
Sir, it is the Teen Lok, sir.
Teen Lok.
Yes.
Can you name these?
Yes, sir. Swarg, Dharti and Patal.
Swarg?
Dharti and Patal.
Okay. Achha. Indian Police Service is your choice number 2.
Yes.
And mathematics is your optional.
Yes.
How can you apply the knowledge of mathematics as a police officer?
Sir, in mathematics, we see that reasoning is very important, and the same thing we can apply to the police services also. Along with it, sir, there are various models in mathematics which are used in AI. So if I am selected as an IPS, we can apply those AI models in traffic management also and crowd management, sir.
Okay. Did you follow, this Paris AI Action Summit.
Yes.
What is the key takeaway in one line?
Sir, I think the main idea was to build a sustainable open AI which is very localized to different countries with unique data sets.
What do you mean by sustainability in AI?
Sir, if we see that AI requires a lot of energy because of the data centers, and currently we are using the electricity which is mostly thermal powered. Sir. So I think main focus is to use the renewable and green sources to power those data centers.
Okay. Importance of Rajasthan to India.
Yes. So Rajasthan is important in various ways. Firstly, because of its border nature, it is strategically important to India. Second thing, sir, it contributes around 5% to the India's GDP, but we can further take it to greater heights because currently the manufacturing and industry portion in GDP is very less. Third thing, sir, in the energy sector we can see India's goal of achieving 500 gigawatt by 2030, Rajasthan can contribute hugely to that, sir. And fourth thing is the tourism, sir. Around 1.8 crore foreign tourists visited India. In that, 20 to 25 crore visited Rajasthan, sir. So we can take that up also.
Okay. Rajasthan in the year 2047. As a civil servant, what is your dream? Not as a citizen, but as a civil servant. You get into Rajasthan cadre and your dream for Rajasthan in the year 2047.
So the first priority would be to reduce the disparities in the western and eastern Rajasthan.
Okay.
Like in western Rajasthan, we have to give.
Understood. Next.
So second, to increase the share of industry in the GDP of Rajasthan, sir.
Okay. That's all.
And to also provide employment, sir, at larger level.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Trilok.
Good morning.
Suppose you were to sell Rajasthan to a group of investors, what will be your focus? What will you tell them? Why should they come to Rajasthan?
I would focus on 2 to 3 important things. First thing is that Rajasthan is replete with various opportunities, like we have land availability also, and the policy environment is very good in Rajasthan. Like if you see industrial promotion policies there, MSME policies there.
Okay.
And also, ma'am, the strategic location of Rajasthan is very important because if we see the earlier also, Rajasthan lied between Delhi and Gujarat. So
Connectivity is good.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And ma'am, the workforce and the skill is also very good because we have various institutions like IIT, AIMS, and also other research institutions which can help in.
What about its geographical features?
Yes, ma'am, that is very important for energy production.
Okay. They say that the sand dunes of Rajasthan are now bearing fruits. What is the reference?
I'm not exactly aware of it, but I think the use of polyhouses and the promotion of horticulture, which is being done currently in Western Rajasthan.
Okay, read about this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me now on your political science, what are the security challenges across Rajasthan border?
And the first one is the smuggling of drugs across the border,
Okay.
which is a big problem. And also the lack of livelihoods in Western Rajasthan border areas can make the youth prone to radicalization by various agencies like ISI. So that is also.
Is it an open border? We've already have the barbed wire fencing all across the Rajasthan border. So why are we not able to apprehend these smugglers and trafficking possibilities?
From the changing landscape of technology has allowed these smugglers to operate, like they are using drones also. And ma'am, because of the BSF operational efficiency is low currently because the area they have to cover is very large. So the smugglers use that loophole also.
Okay, good. My last question. Tell me, what is the difference between rule of law and rule by law?
Now, I think rule of law is the larger rule in which the spirit of law is upheld. But rule by law, I think, is using a particular thing to manipulate something.
This is not clear. Can you elaborate?
Rule by law, I think, is misusing the law by writing a certain provision or taking its literal meaning.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Trilok.
Yes.
Your interview comes to an end.
Yes.
Just go out for a minute and come back.
Okay. Sir.